Hello, good afternoon, everybody here. And we actually have postponed our meeting for the 5th. So today, this video is to show how what you call here, the meeting 5 is going to be conducted in terms of today we will have discussions on the differences between the future, simple future, and also future progressive, and the last one, future perfect. So there will be 3 key points that we need to discuss before you are going to do the exercises through Hebat. So the expectations for today's meeting is that you will know the differences when we use be going to and when you are going to use will, and you know the differences how to use the future perfect, that it is already completed, but we are talking about in the context of future. And also you need to know how to use the future progressive, an activity that is going, or let's say it's happening at the same time that you are talking about in the future. So allow me to share the share screen here. So I think that you can see my slides. In this, we are going to talk about the present, future tense. So this is about definitions, and then you see the going to and will. And the third one is about present tense and future. How do we see the present tense, the concept of present tense, and future continuous. Another name of future continuous is future progressive, and also future perfect is just something like that. It's a future, and you need to add the perfect. The perfect here usually marked with tenses of has or have plus past participle. And the last one, we're going to do have exercises and error analysis here. So next here, if we look at the future tense here, the key point is that we are talking about in the future, whether the future here is still going or it is already completed, but the context remains the same, that would be in the future. We may be allowed to say something that probably is completed in the future. For example, I have an assignment now, for example, and the due date for the assignment would be on Wednesday. And of course that on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, of course that if I have assignment and the due date will be on Wednesday, it means that on Thursday, it must be completed, right? So we can say Vicky will have completed the assignment by Thursday. It means that something that is completely done, but we are talking about in the future tense. So that's why if you look at this in the picture, there is a mark here, marks on the vertical slide here, it will be like today, and on the right side will be on the next, that will be in the future. Now, the concept here, look at this one here, be going, usually we are using be going and will. Both of them are referring to future tense, but actually there will be like a different senses when we use a be going and will. For example, here it will be used for predictions, prior plan, or willingness. Sorry, I think that I made mistake. It's in my this one, willingness. Okay, so you can see here actually be going and will here to see the differences about whether it is you have already planned the plan or you have not planned the plan, but it's just like it's a sudden plan. When you are talking about that plan, it just comes to your mind, and that's how we say. Okay, so if we look at the examples here on the left side, why did you buy this pen? I'm going to paint my bedroom. Okay, I talked to Bob yesterday. He's tired of taking the bus to work. He's going to buy a car. That's what he told me. So be going actually is for prior plan. You have a plan, right? That you are going to do something A, B, C, D, and that's going to use going to, right? And if you look at the example on the top here, on the top here, according to the weather report, it will be cloudy tomorrow. According to the weather report, it's going to be cloudy tomorrow. Be careful, you'll hurt yourself. Watch out, you're going to hurt yourself. So it's about predictions. It's prediction what is going to happen, predictions, but we don't plan, but it's just like a predictions in the future. So that's why AB would be okay. But mostly, if we look at the context, usually when we are talking about the predictions, tomorrow, for example, I predict you will graduate. You will graduate. I predict you. So that's why we are going to use will. Okay, but it's okay if you're going to use be going to. Be going here, you have to remember that be going here, and we have to be aware of the to be. But they're going to use am, is, or are. So if it is, that the subject must be singular. If it is are, the subject must be plural. So that's how we differentiate. But overall here, we are still using is, are, am. Am is completely limited to I, right? But the subject I definitely am. But the subject singular definitely is. But the subject plural that would be definitely are. Okay. Okay, so we have seen the prior plan and then also predictions. Now let's have a look at the willingness. What does it mean by willingness? See on your slide here. The phone is ringing. The phone is ringing. I'll get it. So I'm willing to get it. I don't understand this problem. Ask your teacher about it. She will help you. So she is willing to help you. So that's the difference between, another difference between a be going to and also will. So this be going to here, or let's say will, we talk about will, has more scopes than the be going to if you look at the 3 examples that I have given to you. So G8 here is to indicate that this is a kind of willingness. I will help you, don't worry. So it's not a kind of predictions, but it's a kind of willingness of the speakers. Okay. And for the EF here, sorry, why did you buy this pen? I'm going to paint my bedroom tomorrow. It is a kind of plan that you have already planned today when you are talking about. And for the predictions here, that would be A and B somebody. Okay. Now, let's see the exercise here. How about getting together for dinner after work? Are you planning? Are you predicting? Or are you showing a willingness? Sounds good. Where? How about the Alice restaurant or the Gateway Cafe? Do you decide? Alice restaurant. So we are planning, right? So definitely here, the first plan, and you see here, I'm going to meet you there around 6. So it's a kind of planning, and I'm going to meet you there around 6. But then here, do you have plans for dinner? Yes. Also here is a kind of planning, right? I'm going to meet a co-worker for dinner at Alice restaurant. Do you want to join us? This light doesn't work. The bulb is probably burned out. Do we have any new light bulbs? You can see that. So I want to get, I'm willing to get one for you. So I will say, I will get one for you. I'm not going to say I'm going to get one for you because it doesn't show my willingness. Well, man, but it's okay that it's okay when you're going to use that one. But the sense a bit different ones when you are saying, I'm going to get one for you. It's just the sense want to show that you are willing to get the bulb for the speaker. So that's why on the third one here, the third blank, the answer is I'm going to get, I will get one for you. So that has the difference between be going and will, okay? Now let's see for the next one. Here's about present, future. So present tense here also to indicate the future. I think that some meetings ago, we talked about the present tense in terms of with ES or no AS, depending on the third singular person or second plural person or first plural person here. So Bob will come. When Bob comes, we will see him. Before she leaves, she's going to finish her work. So only present tense that can be accompanied or can be matched with the will or be going to. Only the present tense because the context remains the same. I will come if Bob comes, or something like that. I will come if Bob comes. I will not come if Bob doesn't come. So it's only to make a predictions as if like conditional sentence. Usually in the conditional sentence type 1, then we are going to use the present tense. You can see there here, after I get home, I will eat dinner. The taxi will arrive soon. As soon as it arrives, we will be able to leave for the airport. They're going to come soon. I will wait here until they come. So only present tense that can be accompanied with the future. And the future here is a will or be going to. It's usually no problem for both tenses. Okay. Now, what's about present tense for future here? The exercise is like this one. I'm going to watch a TV program at 9. But before I watch the program, I will write a letter to my parents. Ma'am, is it okay? We are going to say, I'm going to write a letter to my parents. Definitely okay. The most important here, I watch, is the present form. Gary will come soon. I will wait here until he comes, because comes is the present tense. And the last one here, I'm sure it will stop raining. As soon as the rain is singular, definitely stop must be changed into stops. I will walk to the store to get some film. Okay, so that's how we use the present tense for accompanying the future. Now let's see the future continuous and future perfect. Basically, future continuous is like you are talking about what is in progress, what is still happening in the future. So, for example, at this moment, tomorrow, let's say, I will have a class. So definitely I will say, I will. Will is to show tomorrow. Then I will be teaching the class tomorrow at 5:11 p.m. So it indicates that the future continuous is to show that something is happening, but in the future, at the time that has been predicted. As I give an example here. At this moment, I mean, tomorrow at this moment, around 5:10 p.m., I will have a class. So I will say like, I will be teaching the class tomorrow at 5:10 p.m. Something like that. So will be teaching. So how we see that one here? Don't get impatient. If you look at the example number D and E, don't get impatient, she will be coming. Don't get impatient, she will come soon. So both of them are no problem, but future continuous is to highlight what is happening in the future and the time when you are talking, and then the same, you can predict the time that the activity remains on progress, or let's say remains going, something like that. Okay. For example, again, on Wednesday, let's say on this coming Wednesday, around 4th October, on 4th of October here, I will have a class in Pusat Bahasa, for example, like language center. So I can say that I will be having my first class in Pusat Bahasa. So will plus be plus verb-ing. That is the pattern for the future continuous, is to show what is in progress in the future. Okay. And you can see there, right now I'm attending class. Yesterday at this time I was attending a class. Same time, but now tomorrow at this time, I will be attending. So we have known exactly that tomorrow is in progress attending the class. Okay. Example number 2. Tomorrow I'm going to leave for home. When I arrive at the airport, my whole family, because we have already known the time, and that moment, definitely my family is waiting for me. but that would be in the future. So I can say that my whole family will be waiting for me. So you need will, you need be, and verb ing. That is to show future progressive, or we call it here future continuous. Now, talking about the future perfect. The pattern of future perfect is one that you need will plus have plus past participle of verb 3. Okay, well, it doesn't affect whether the subject is singular or plural, but you need to know that this is, let's say, that the pattern would be the same: will, have, and verb 3 or past participle. Now you can see that. Imagine December 2023. Where you going, for example, and or let's say next week at this time, what are you going to do next this time? If you see difficulty, look at number A and B. I will graduate in June. I will see you in July. We are talking about in 2023, let's say. By the time I see you, because I see you where? In July. When? In July, right? So I have already completed at that moment, but that would be in the context of the future. I say, I will have graduated. Number B, I will have finished my homework by the time I go out on a date tonight. So we are talking about in the future. We can predict that the activity will be completed, will be finished, done. But the concept here, or let's say the context here, it happens in the future. As I give you example that, for example, I give you deadline of doing your assignment on Wednesday, or I give you deadline on Tuesday, that's it, this coming Tuesday. If you finish it on Monday, that would be fine, right? When I say that one, when I say today, and I can predict on Wednesday, or let's say Thursday, or Friday, or Saturday, I can say my students will have completed their assignments because the due date is Wednesday, right? Wednesday. And I talked about the predictions on Thursday and Friday. That would be in the future as well. So that must be here. On here, it's impossible that they have not done, because otherwise they are not going to be counted to do the assignment. That's why they have to do it on time. That's the concept of future perfect. And the mark is will, have, plus past participle. You don't have to worry about whether singular or plural, that would be the same. Okay, so that would be the concept of past tense. For example, like this one. Future perfect. By 10 p.m. tonight, I will have finished this report. Number 2, by 10 p.m. tonight, I will have had dinner. By 10 p.m. tonight, she will have left Paris. Okay. Number 4, by 10 p.m. tonight, John will have met Lucy. So the concept is will have plus past participle. By 10 p.m. tonight, they will have taken the exam. By 10 p.m. tonight, it will have stopped raining. So that's how we see the differences between future continuous, future perfect, and simple future tense. Remember, you can also use present tense to indicate future, but that would be usually like conditional one. And of course, also when you want to say at the verb of time, that I will come when she calls me, let's say. I will come when she calls me. Or I will come if he calls me. That would be fine also. Okay, so that's all for my explanations about the kind of the differences between the simple future, future continuous, and future perfect. Remember, future continuous, another name is a future progressive, so don't worry. So everything that about progressive, everything about continuous, you have to remember, you need verb ing. When we are talking about perfect, you need past participle, or we know it as a verb 3. So I think that's my short video. Hopefully that you understood what I'm saying. Okay, so you need to do the exercise that I post in Hebat. Okay, that I post in Hebat, and I will see you. I will also open the discussions. If you don't understand, you may share your thoughts. You may share your questions in a forum, and I can give my answers there. So thank you once again. So this video is to explain to you about the future progressive and then also future perfect, and hopefully that you can do it. Feel free to meet me, feel free to contact me if you don't understand about the concept of between the differences. Okay, have a nice day for all of you. Thank you for watching the video.